Hello, welcome to the second video unboxing the Hell and High Water map tiles that's being produced by 1985 Games. So this is what they're referring to as their Dungeon Craft series. So in this video we're looking at the Hell side specifically because I've already done the video for the water side. These tiles, from what I understand, were inspired by the Descent into Avernus 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but you could easily use these tiles for any campaign that you've designed. So I'm not affiliated with 1985 Games. I just saw an ad on Facebook and decided to buy their original Dungeon Volume 1 book and the Hell and High Water set, and all I can say is that I loved them. They are just so vibrant, so bright, so nice to feel. You can use dry and wet markers on them. Oops, my lighting is playing up, that's okay. And you can see that the pieces are not that thick either, so the fact that you have to cut them out isn't really that bad. If I just zoom in a bit, you can see the squares, so they're 1 inch by 1 inch. That's their measuring diameters. So obviously you wouldn't be cutting in the middle of this kind of piece. It's obviously a square piece there. But it's probably really hard to tell on the camera, but there are some fine dotted lines that show you where you should cut versus where you shouldn't cut. Now what I like about these tiles is how vibrant the colours are. I will admit that the Hell set of High Waters and Hell is obviously more on the browns and reds tone, but that's because you're supposed to be in Hell. So it kind of makes sense that things are on fire and there's blood and there's lava and it's reds and browns, and that's the color palette. Obviously you get some like little beasties every once in a while to really mix up the colors, which is great. I also just like the subtle difference between these are bone bridges or pathways with blood on them versus these ones don't have blood. So one is obviously the creepy option and one is the slightly less creepy option. At the moment, 1985 Games actually has a Kickstarter going. So if you really love this product, or the Dungeon Volume 1 that I showed in a separate videos I should say, then go to the link in the description and pledge for their new Kickstarter. So they've got 2 sets that have come out. Cursed Lands, which is basically creepy gravestones and spooky towns, and then Castles and Keeps, which is self-explanatory. While you can also pledge to get the Hell and High Water sets and the original Dungeon Volume Set 1. I didn't actually know about their first Kickstarter when I was selling asking for pledges for the High Water and Hell and the original volume. I only got these sent to me last week, but once I've received them and I've taken a look at them, I just really love the feel of them. I love how vibrant they are. Like, these bones have gory, bloody, gross bits on them, and then these are nice and clean. I love the color pops and how you get monsters as well, because I'm not going to get 10,000 figurines and try to paint them because I couldn't paint these to save my life, or any figurines. So to get these tiles is just great. So when I do run this campaign, or any campaign where you could use little demons and devils, I've got beautifully vibrant pieces ready to go. And one thing it's always been a thing about me, is if you fill your your player map with too many figurines kind of makes the PCs who normally have their own figurines not pop out as much. Especially if the DM's actually done like an amazing job painting all these NPCs and all these pieces of furniture, and then here I am rocking up to the game with like my half-baked put together figurine that's half painted, and that half that is painted is really shonky. So I kind of like the fact that there are monster tiles that are flat, because even though they're bright and vibrant, you can obviously see where the players are because they are the pieces that are standing up as opposed to the pieces that are on the ground. You get some, what I really like as well is you get in this set lava and then what I presume is a sea of blood. Just assuming. Or you could take it out of the whole hell concept and just say it's like a really polluted ocean. So you could have like your other sets, like your volume 1, where you have your nice fresh clean water and meet it up with the yucky gory red streams and investigate what's happened. Maybe there are some hags at play or something that's harming the environment. But I really like that it's not just lava, that it's also this side. Plus the colours it's just a gorgeous texture. It's a gorgeous crimson. Probably doesn't show well enough on the screen, but it's really a lovely colour. And I have zero idea what this guy is, but he is cute and horrifying at the same time. Like, how can you not like a snail with teeth? And then if you don't like that colour scheme, bam! There's a different colour scheme for your liking. I personally think they're both super cute. So obviously the idea of this unboxing isn't to zoom in and show you every single microscopic detail of every single tile, but it's to give you the flavour of what these really look like. Because it is taking a limb, well, yeah, it is kind of going out there when you support a Kickstarter or buy a product that isn't backed by a big brand, but honestly these are great. Like, I know in this campaign you have these war vehicles where you're supposed to get the souls of the damned to power them, and you'll see how they have detailed all of these soul faces in this war machine. Like, how cool is that? There is no way I could have bought these figurines of these war machines, which would have cost me a lot of money to buy every single one, and then painted them nearly as well, or even half as well, or as quarter as well, just anywhere remotely in the same field of artistic work. Gotta have your treasure. I kind of like that. Like, the other side is a bunch of skeletons, and so you know what, if you do want to, if a player really wants to search these bones, you could be like, you know what, I'm going to give you a reward, even if it's just 2 gold pieces. There you are. So obviously you have to cut all these out on your own, but I don't think it's actually that bad of a problem. They've obviously saved money doing it this way, giving you a booklet of tiles that you have to cut. And to put a few hours to cut all around these, I think is definitely worth the price I paid, as well as the quality of these. You know, as long as your scissors aren't dodgy or buggery, you're not going to ruin your tiles. You're going to get clean cut lines because of this plastic material it's made out of. And now we are on to the final tile piece. So thank you so much for listening, and once again, if you're really keen on these products, you can get yourself some through the Kickstarter that they are currently doing. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you tune into future videos.